Abbeyfields First and Nursery School in Morpeth, Northumberland, has 300 pupils. School business manager Mark Tate joined Abbeyfields 3 years ago and now spends 2 days a week in school.
Got a finance background, worked in a major bank for about 20 years. Decided I wanted to change away from a sales environment and work in a service environment. And it's been fantastic since I started at Abbeyfields. Done lots of things to help the school out. The exterior of the building and the condition of the wood had suffered water damage and dry rot, wet rot, and was in a really poor condition. We had an estimate from the local authority of about 43,000 to repair all the woodwork, the windows, and also to decorate the outside of school. We went out to local providers, local joiners and local decorating companies and managed to get the cost of that down to 22,000, which saved us on that particular job £21,000.
When the school's 2 halls needed new lighting and rewiring, the initial local authority quote came in at over £8,000.
And the best quote that came out of the local electricians was 2,100 to do exactly the same work. We used one of those local providers to do it. Lights are great, the lighting in the hall it's much brighter than it has been previously, and it does the job. Work's been carried out to a good standard and that money sits in the budget.
We had a big old electric water heater here that had been here for years and years, used loads of electricity, but these pipes delivered hot water around school from a big gas boiler at the top end of school. So what we've done is take the heater out and attach the taps to the water supply from that gas boiler, which means we're not paying any more gas because the hot water's already there, and we'll produce more than we need, and we're not paying for the electricity for the water heater. So that's about £2,200 a year, not just for that one. We've got another 5 around school that we've taken out, so that saved us quite a bit each year and should be ongoing every year from now on.
The cleaners and caretakers were managed locally. There were people in school asking them to reach certain standards and do the work that they'd been asked to do. The local authority manager was very rarely on site, so we couldn't really see that we were getting £18,000 or £19,000 worth of value. Cancelled the service level agreement, managed the cleaners in-house and the caretaker in-house, and since that's happened we've had no problems. If anything, the standards are higher now than they have been previously, and we don't pay out that £18,000 or £19,000 a year, effectively a teaching assistant salary.
When the local authority quoted the school £4,000 to build 2 planters for the reception class, Mark called in a local company.
They came out and had a look and decided that £500 was a reasonable price. We got them to do the work and the kids have been using it for the last 3 years. Saved us £3,500, which sat in the budget, and we spent it on other things.
Mark was quoted £150,000 for 2 brand new portable classrooms, way over his budget.
We found a company that does refurbishments of porta cabins, and they managed to do both of them and fit them out, furniture and everything, for about £50,000, just under 50,000. So I guess across the 2 buildings we've saved about £100,000 on the total cost of the project, just by doing a bit of shopping around and looking at an alternative way of doing it.
Approaching independent suppliers also saved Abbeyfields over £1,000 when it came to replacing interactive whiteboards.
The learning point from that, looking at just replacing the 3 whiteboards, was that any time that we have an ICT project in future, although we may ask the local authority, we'll always go out and look at the other suppliers.
Out of school hours, Abbeyfields is used by Brownie and Guide Packs, after-school sports clubs and church groups.
We are a community school. We do have a place in the community, and we encourage them to use school. And that's produced an income between 7,000 and 10,000 per annum, depending on what year it is and how much use those community groups put the school to. Part of my work is to go to monitor the contractors and what they're doing, not only during the job but when it's complete, and make sure that the standard that the school expects has actually been achieved. I think it must be very difficult for head teachers to fit that kind responsibility in over and above the day-to-day sort of raising of attainment and teaching and learning.
It's meant that, you know, we've not only made financial savings, but it's meant that I've had a lot more time to be released to go into the main part of the school to concentrate on teaching and learning. My advice to the schools would be that it really is the best way to go forward in terms of releasing some time and in saving. So at least look into having access to a school business manager, because it's definitely the way to go.